Either I had just caught the case or I hadn't caught the case. And the way I'm looking, you're buying problems. Gangsters is everywhere.
Meanwhile, we're also getting more details on the Tupac Shakur murder investigation. ABC News is learning more about the target of this week's police search.
I didn't think there'd ever be any more steps taken in this case. It's 27 years old.
We know is that he says that he knows who shot Tupac. And what he said in that documentary was that it came from the backseat.
Tupac's supposed to perform at the club that night, and a dark SS Impala pulls up alongside, shoots Biggie several times, and he dies on the way to the hospital. So now there's blood on the ground, and then an unexpected thing takes place. They had to resurrect the case and have us take a new look at it and see if we've missed anything.
All them gnats, you know, they can't really touch me. Y'all, at the end of the day, y'all see and y'all know what it is. You know, the track record, y'all know the business acumen, y'all know the community service. I don't even care if it's hard to believe, because the proof is.
The Tupac Shakur case has been an enigma, leaving fans and followers in a cloud of speculation and whispers for nearly 3 decades. The world watched, waited, and wondered. Who orchestrated the fatal attack on this beacon of hip-hop talent? Now, with a recent revelation, it seems the shadows surrounding this case might finally retreat, revealing the unsettling truths hidden within. With revered names in the hip-hop industry, like Snoop Dogg, now stepping forward with insights, the narrative of that tragic night in Las Vegas is being retold and revisited. Was it the tension between Tupac, Biggie, and Puff Daddy? Were old rivalries at play, set against the backdrop of the electric 90s rap scene? When news first broke of Tupac's untimely death in a Vegas drive-by, the industry was thrown into chaos. The entire scene resembled a thriller novel with its intricate plots, elusive antagonists, and desperate quest for justice. And just when things seemed hopelessly muddled, the discovery of new evidence, coupled with Snoop Dogg's intention to testify, hints that the climax might finally be within reach. Central to these developments is the arrest of Duane Davis, commonly known as Keffe D. Intriguingly, Keffe D has been outspoken about the incident since 2018, with hints pointing towards Puff Daddy, now known as Diddy, as the potential mastermind behind the hit. There's a chilling echo in Diddy's own words from the past. Something's gotta change, whether Pac dies, Big dies, or Suge goes to jail. Yet, despite these hints that hovered in the public domain, authorities appeared slow in connecting the dots. Frustrated fans saw Keffe D's confessions on YouTube and wondered why law enforcement seemed to be dragging their feet. The outcry intensified when, following an investigation and raid on Keffe D's residence, a trove of electronic evidence was uncovered. This evidence purportedly contained damning details and insights into the shooting and the sinister motives behind it. With these revelations, more insiders from the hip-hop community are coming forward, shedding light on Diddy's alleged involvement in the crime. They paint a picture of a tangled web of rivalries, friendships, and betrayals. For instance, Snoop Dogg, one of the stalwarts of the industry, now speaks of regret for being silent for so many years. He even reminisces about how Tupac had warned him about aligning too closely with Diddy. Historically, the animosity between Suge Knight's Death Row Records and Diddy's Bad Boy Records had been palpable, coming to a head at the Source Awards in 1995. Tupac's Hit 'Em Up further inflamed tensions, a track seen by many, including Snoop Dogg, as a fearless and perhaps reckless move. Now, Snoop Dogg's perspective has shifted dramatically. He speaks of wishing to change the past, to retract words that may have deepened rifts, particularly his past inclination to collaborate with Diddy. He hints at a heavy burden of guilt, revealing how the revelations by Keffe D have reignited his long-held suspicions and his desire to seek justice for Tupac. The once strong camaraderie between Diddy and Snoop Dogg, despite their affiliations with opposing record labels, appears to be unraveling. Their speculated collaboration in 2022 now seems like a distant dream, overshadowed by the specter of Keffe D's allegations. In the broader perspective, there's an urgent call for justice, with fans eagerly awaiting the outcome of this dramatic turn in events. The arrest of Keffe D, they believe, might just be the key to unlocking the truths of that fatal night in 1996. Tupac's tragic end, the whispers, the accusations, and the silences might finally converge into a coherent narrative. However, as the case unravels, the world must brace itself for more shocking revelations, with potential testimonies from key figures poised to send ripples through the industry. And as the layers of this intricate case peel back, one can't help but wonder, is justice for Tupac Shakur finally on the horizon? The protracted mystery surrounding Tupac Shakur's death, which left an indelible mark on hip-hop's history, is taking on new dimensions. The unprecedented revelations, paired with testimonies from industry titans like Snoop Dogg, herald a potential close to a chapter that's remained agonizingly open for fans worldwide. However, the labyrinthine nature of the hip-hop world of the 1990s, teeming with personal vendettas, territorial disputes, and layers of loyalties, is coming under scrutiny like never before. This isn't just a tale of an artist's untimely death. It's a reflective deep dive into the intense rivalries that shaped the genre's most iconic era. The late Tupac, revered for his lyrical prowess and his unapologetic commentary on societal issues, was much more than just a rapper. He was a movement. His untimely death only heightened his legendary status, with fans worldwide poring over his lyrics and interviews looking for clues, lamenting the loss of what many viewed as a revolutionary voice. Keffi D's revelations, suggesting Diddy's involvement, have reignited debates and conversations that were long considered cold trails. With Snoop Dogg's change of heart and apparent remorse, there's a raw and visceral look into the complexities of hip-hop relationships, decisions weighed down by allegiances, and a past that still haunts the living. Beyond the potential criminal implications, these developments have stirred conversations about the broader impact of such rivalries on the music industry. Many wonder, how might hip-hop's trajectory have changed if Tupac were still alive? Would collaborations have bridged coasts, blending styles, and erasing the divisive lines in the sand? The past cannot be undone. The hip-hop world lost one of its brightest stars, and fans were left grappling with the void. Yet, this ongoing saga's newest chapter is about more than just closure. It's about introspection, a re-examination of choices made in a volatile time, and, most importantly, a renewed call for justice. As courtrooms potentially prepare to witness key industry figures taking the stand, and as more evidence emerges, the world watches closely. This is not just a quest for justice for Tupac, it's a deeper dive into an era, the choices made, and the indelible scars left behind. The next chapters of this saga will be instrumental in shaping how the world remembers and reconciles with one of its darkest moments in music history. As this renewed investigation unfolds, revealing the complex tapestry of the 90s hip-hop world, many are left to grapple with the implications. It's becoming increasingly evident that Tupac's death wasn't merely a tragic incident. It was a symptom of a much larger dynamic, a volatile concoction of pride, power, and profound misunderstandings. The modern hip-hop community now faces the challenging task of sifting through this intricate past, seeking both closure and enlightenment. Moreover, the timing of these revelations is particularly poignant. We are currently in an era where discussions about mental health, violence, and the consequences of unchecked rivalry are more prevalent than ever before. The revelations surrounding Tupac's death serve as a timely reminder of the destructive potential of unresolved tensions and unchecked egos. Today's artists, many of whom grew up idolizing Tupac and witnessing the fallout of East Coast-West Coast tensions, now confront a powerful lesson about the legacy of unresolved disputes. Beyond the boundaries of music, Tupac's story and the subsequent revelations have also reignited discussions in wider cultural spheres. Conversations are being had about the media's role in perpetuating or, in some cases, exacerbating these rivalries. Was the emphasis on East Coast versus West Coast a purely organic evolution, or was it, in some part, a media construct for dramatic headlines? Could a more responsible approach to reporting and commentating have changed the trajectory of events? Furthermore, Tupac, in his life, was a vocal advocate for social justice and change. As contemporary society grapples with its own set of challenges, from systemic racism to wealth inequality, many can't help but ponder the influence Tupac might have exerted on these issues had he lived longer. His profound lyrics, often pointing to societal ills, are reminders of a voice silenced too soon. And then there's the personal toll. Close friends and family of Tupac, who've lived for years with a gaping void, might finally have the chance to reconcile with the past. They stand on the precipice of potential revelations that could either offer closure or further complicate their healing journey. it's undeniable. As the courtroom prepares for what might be one of the most significant trials in music history, the reverberations will be felt far beyond its walls. This isn't just about settling old scores or legal outcomes. It's a moment of reckoning for an industry and a culture. The world stands at the cusp of potentially redefining an era and, in doing so, charting the course for the future of hip-hop and its intertwined societal narratives.